Johnson City, where the Mike Woitach tip-off tournament wrapped up with both boys and girls championship being played on Saturday. We start with the boys championship game between the Newfield Trojans and Norwich Purple Tornado. 3 minutes left in the third. Norwich up by 9. Mitch Collins hits the corner three to extend the lead to 12. Newfield trying to close the gap. Zacchaeus Vaughn goes up and gets this one, but not able to go. He gets a rebound, able to put it in and make it an 8-point game. Norwich offense going to work. Stephen Dowdle drives the lane, able to get it up and over to lead. And then the Purple Tornadoes start to pull away. Graham Burton putting in work in the paint. He'd finished with 16 points. Norwich defense turning into offense. Dowdle to Collins. He's able to finish, but it's the tournament MVP, Stephen Dowdle, knocking down the three. He'd lead with 18 points, and Norwich takes home the tournament title, beating Newfield 61-50. Over to the girls' championship game between Johnson City and Shenango Valley. The Wildcats with 5 in less than a minute. Good ball movement. Annabelle Burke, she hits the three to go up by 8. Warriors down 10 with 6 seconds left in the third. Tiffany Schaefer able to hit it before the buzzer to close the gap to single digits. In the fourth now, Wildcats up 8. Emma Phelan from deep, and it's nothing but net. Phelan getting it done on the defensive end as well. She pokes it loose. Antonia Monaco gets it to Phelan, and she's able to get the bucket and the foul for the and one. Warriors still trying to fight back, and Madeline Hayes throws it to Amelia Paskey. She'd pull up from 3, and it's good. Paskey would finish with 26 points, but it's not enough. Wildcats, Emma Phelan finished with 18 points and the MVP as the host team takes it, with Johnson City winning 59-49. And finishing up with the Mark Woitach tournament with the consolation games, it was a battle of the Wildcats in the boys game, with Johnson City coming out on top over Athens 54-39. And on the girls side, a close one between Greene and Union Springs, with the Trojans getting the win 48-40. Elsewhere around Section 4, the Windsor Black Knights losing by 2 at home to the Owego Riverhawks 57-55. And another home team going down today as Susquehanna Valley hosted Waverly, with the Wolverines coming out on top, taking down the Sabres 68-41.